joined by me, myself, Zero Fight, and of course, the wonderful Yafa. Just got back out of an exciting match, Yafa. It was a little close one there at the end, 13-11 between Awesome Team and Tenax. But now we are moving on to round number 2 here in the round robin stage, swapping over to Group A. Should be an exciting matchup we got on our hands between Good Vibes and Team Pulsar X.
Yeah, and I think the good vibes are following us through because just look at this. We've got a team, good vibes, here with us for the next couple of matches, in fact. And I'm really hoping that these teams are going to be showing us just as good of a fight, just as close as the last one between Awesome Team and Tenax, because that was incredible. So if you weren't and you're a bit late, then you should probably go and rewatch that because there was some crazy moments in that game.
Yeah, it really was. It was a little chaotic, a little all over the place, but honestly, a great display for that first match. Hoping we can get an equal display for today. But with Good Vibes and Team Pulsar X, this is still again a best of one. So we will only be going into a one map series and looking into the map bans and map picks. Okay, so Corrode is banned off early here.
And Haven, and then would you look at that Pearl as if you couldn't already tell by myself already being in Pearl already?
All the maps. It's like,
oh
guys,
wow, it's like a foresight.
No, it's actually you're just really good at guessing.
Exactly. I'm really good at guessing. Just like my guess that we're gonna see 3 duelists in one of these teams' compositions today.
I hope so. Maybe this is the map. Maybe this is the map. We get it. We get some like Yoru, Neon, Waylay stuff going on. I wouldn't hate to see it. Would love to see it, but it'd be funny. It'd be fun.
It'd be funny.
And it would go with how the rest of the day is kind of been going. A little chaotic, a little messy, a little silly. And maybe that's for the best. I mean, everyone needs to get a little silly sometimes, especially with how cold and frigid it is outside. I mean, I'm looking at it's still going outside. It's still snowing, still coming down.
Oh, I'm glad I'm over here in the UK, nice and warm. Not got any such storm near me, at least for now. So, thankfully, missing out on all the chaos from that.
Yes, you are lucky indeed, but should be close to getting done going into Asian Select here relatively soon. And Pearl is a bit of an interesting map. I feel like, again, a lot of variation in how these teams want to be playing it. There was that update not super recently, but the update over towards that B site, which has really enabled a lot of different play styles. And I think as well, another great chamber map. We've got to see Gia play that in the last one. And so, yeah, looking here, double duelist for both sides. Arena on one side, a Phoenix on the other. And actually, so it's going to be solo initiator for both of these teams. The Tejo, I'm very interested to see how that kind of comes into play because you really only have that one bit of info util with the stealth drone, and the range actually got nerfed in the latest patch. So a little bit of a rework to that ability. So really going to be interesting to see how they use that, especially starting off here on the defense.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how they are going to be setting up on the defense. We're starting off already, though, quickly. We're pushing forwards towards A as they start out having a little bit of a fight. Somebody is spotted, though. Has to fall back, sorry. The team's already coordinating already with Astral. They're putting up a little bit of a smoke to try and slow down the aggression. I mean, I guess that's really good, though, that you are making good use of the aggression of the duelist that you have in your composition, that Neon there.
Look at this reclear towards middle, though. The timing is going to be crazy, and Util caught out in hand. May takes down Jid. Now they're have to book it out of there.
Yeah, it's not a position you want to be found in at all. You're there readying your prowler, expecting someone to maybe be around the corner to try and clear it, but no, good vibes. They've been pushing up the whole time. They're right on your little toes, ready to shoot you in the head. And unfortunately, that's what happens. Team Pulsar X already down one member, but they've been playing it incredibly slow and passively this time around. I wonder if they're going to see this more so. Oh, another player goes down, unfortunately, for Team Pulsar, losing mid-control. Goes down on A, but B site is completely clear.
Yeah, Rena's still stuck around over towards A, gets taken down, and they'll be able to get the spike down over towards B, and a fight in spawn. It's going to maybe depend the way that round goes. And now into a 2v4.
Forcing them back. Able to pick up one kill. Isn't able to spot the other, though, all the way in the back of sight there. He's able to use their ability, but unfortunately isn't able to capitalize off that and get the kill. A Twitch streamer seems to have picked up the kill instead. Picking up the kill.
Great first pistol to start off the map here for Good Vibes. And honestly, I think we're going to continue to see a lot of that play style already. Clappy bringing out that shotgun to try to rain some terror down. But honestly, interesting to see what kind of goes on here. Some bandit buys, a bandit and armor for Vienna. Only one away from that run it back already. So close to that ult. They can get maybe a kill, even get the ult orb online. Wouldn't hate them seeing it. And see, it has disconnected, but it doesn't even matter. The first kill goes the way of Jid.
That's all that they really needed for Team Pulsar to flood into mid now, getting plenty of control. But they're backing off. Looks like they might be going for an A hit with that similar sort of aggression that we saw earlier.
Yeah, and they're going to be reworking to try to clear this space. They'll be able to pick up this orb as well. Still no guns acquired, but the orb was actually picked up on the other side, so they won't be able to use it, and the Neon's already rotating over. This needs to be a flood retake, but you have to look at the spike. It's still so separated away from the rest of the team.
Yeah, they're still trying to play around for information, but the spike is still all the way in their spawn practically, and well, with Good Vibes having cleared out mid, they know that they're probably somewhere around it. Oh! And they... Oh, never, sorry. Team Pulsar are able to pick up the kill. And yeah, they're still here rotating around. They're trying to play mind games here. Not the kind of aggression I was expecting. But even though Spike had been all the way in their spawn, they still had plenty of time to get it all the way rotated around into B. Good Vibes are set up, ready for a flood retake here. Or maybe not. Gets killed after getting pushed out by Vienna. 2 members remaining.
Last player standing.
And unfortunately, the 3-letter agency goes down. He's not able to pick up the kill. Flawless round from Team Pulsar.
A bit unfortunate there with that disconnect from Sia, but regardless, it still was a flawless round to close that one out. So really just absolute shutting everything down. It was all off the back of that initial pick. And we are going to be pausing just for a little bit to make sure everything is okay on the back end here. So I'm not sure what will be going on with the decision making there, but as we kind of
take some time
figure that
to
out.
Pause and wait. Yeah. Hopefully it's not too serious with the disconnect, because you know disconnects. I feel like they can always throw you off as well. Your game, you're kind of taken out of the moment, and you're all of a sudden having to poke around at computers to try and get them to work in the ways that you're expecting, and so it can really throw you off your game. And even if they do have something to kind of pull back here, I'm just not sure if they're going to be able to pull it off.
Yeah, it will be a bit rough. We'll have to see what that decision is, but I think that, I mean, it's still plenty of gameplay to play, right? So, plenty
True.
of Valorant. I think obviously would have liked to go their way a little bit, but May will still be able to buy a rifle into this one as well. Empty pages. They might honestly just force into this and try to get back into it as soon as possible, because they don't really want to let that momentum swap the other way, especially after a pretty dominant first round. They just have to reset their mental, because yeah, it's a bit unfortunate. But as we get back into the round here, start this one. Alpha, an aggro peek, and Staryu shuts it down. That's the rifle out of the hands of the Reyna in the first 10 seconds.
That is a powerful start already for Team Pulsar. Good vibes, losing that valuable player. Neon here pushing up aggressively, choosing not to use the judge that they have, and instead opting for the pistol. But they are getting pressured by all three members here, but they got backup, gets the kill on their counterparts.
Spike down mid.
Beautiful headshot there by May. Trying to equalize the teams a little bit. Nobody's really managed to secure mid after this unfortunate play. Members going down everywhere.
Still, it is a 3v3. And that chamber tripwire trademark is still set up, so can give it a little bit of info, and there's going to be two players here. Headhunter still in hands.
And it could be all they need to turn this around. So it's kill already by Good Vibes. Able to pick up two. You got the dead hands in there, but the little cheeky jump peek there almost costing them their life. Staryu pushes forward, doesn't find the kill, able to go for the plant. Oh, but that was risky, nearly getting picked off in the middle of that. Ah, but fortunately for them, the chamber comes around, picks up the kill.
But even if the chamber, yeah, there wasn't any way for them to win that round. Empty pages still had full util, so both of those salvos, the time was just so low, just was not able to get in a position where Staryu was able to get a plant down. So an instant response off the back of some beautiful shots from L9, and then a follow-up. But here, another early play here, same as the pistol rounds. Neon running forward to get this A main control. You can farm up these Phoenix Orbs, really try to funnel that ult and cycle it through. And now once you've earned up some of this util, you can maybe just slow down the pace, hold it for now, and work the rest of the map.
And I think the ability to work the rest of the map is just a really important skill for any team to have. And it's honestly one of the fundamental parts, because really the map is just another part of it's like another player in your team, really. But Team Pulsar, they've taken mid control. They're looking at where to go next. The spike is still sat down with no one holding it.
Yeah, someone will have to go pick that up at some point, but they're just poking and prodding, taking their time. But 35 seconds on the clock here, Yafa. May picks up a kill onto Sia that opens the B site wide up.
30 seconds left.
And Reyna on that Neon make quick use of that, but they're still going into A. They're going into the stack here.
They do, and Good Vibes, they were preparing for this. Now just one member remaining on the site, but it's all that they need. Reyna is able to plant the spike. They're getting sandwiched here by two different players. The Neon slides in, is able to pick up the kill. Not quite able there to get the kill onto that sliding Neon. I mean, that's just why duelists can be so potent with those great movement abilities.
Yeah, I mean, That round was chaotic over towards the A side. I thought there might be a last-minute pivot over towards B, trying to use that high gear to make that rotate come through quickly, but May just beautifully opened that one up, but still just not able to get it done. The retake from Clappy comes out, and now it's going to be another eco round. Sia will also be able to pick up this Outlaw. So something that was attempted in rounds number 2, but of course sadly couldn't get into that. Now has 4 players to walk and watch down. Smoked off by the attackers. Trying to make that a little bit difficult. But Clappy's taking down Staryu, so Vibes, they have to push forward here.
Making a kill already for Good Vibes, shutting down this offensive from Team Pulsar, all the way down on B, aggressively, not doing any of the prodding and poking around that they did previously. But now they're all following through this one choke. And Jid is doing all that they can. Backing up eventually though, but the spike still hasn't even been planted. Just 2v1 at this point in time. All comes down to Vienna, but unfortunately, they're not able to get the kills that they need. This is not looking quite so good for Team Pulsar. Good Vibes already. 3 rounds up.
A very strong start here on Pearl. And honestly, I mean, the amount of running and gunning I'm seeing is a little, little criminal, to be frank. But hey, it's in the game. Might as well take advantage of it. And honestly, I'm interested to see. Twice now, Clappy has gone aggressive towards A main. This time, it's going to be going up aggro over towards B main. Odin in hands. Luna 1 impression. And oh my god, this spray down opens it up to get 2. Sia there for the follow-up. And Yafa, this looks like a done round already. 15 seconds in.
Yeah, I mean, with such an amazing point-and-click adventure of the Odin, just picking up those 3 kills from that spray and pray. I mean, it's no wonder. It's just very little. Oh, another player goes down. And they found the spike. Good Vibes can just sit around the spike. And that's it. But this Neon, look like they're going hunting. May finds up the kill on Staru. Wow.
I love it.
This first pick by Rodin. That was crazy.
Yeah, and normally, if you're the attackers there over towards B main, right, you have a temp smoke that goes up, and you can do a fade prowler from that corner that clears that corner, or excuse me, the long corner, as well as clearing pillar. Not seeing that, and it gets punished. The Odin, it's going to be so hard to deal with. This time, again, very similar setup. 2 players pressed over towards B, an aggressive spot to try to get this control over towards A main, really giving up the middle of the map here. It's exactly where attackers are eyeing.
And they're aiming up quite well. I mean, Team Pulsar, they've got great map control consistently, but sorry, I should. Sorry, I mean, just look at the Staru. They're already all the pushed away, practically defender spawn.
Yeah, but Clappy's aware of it. They know the possibility as well as empty pages, but it doesn't even matter. It's taken down.
I'm sorry, I'm just looking at what's going on in the minimap. I'm not even paying attention to the headshot that's going on. Getting far too distracted. Team Pulsar on A site. A spike has been planted. The Neon doing their job, going all the way deep into the site, trying to draw away the attention of Good Vibes. Now it's just 1 player for Good Vibes remaining. CIA, will they be able to take this out? But the Odin is looking around the corner. The Odin doesn't even have to peek to shoot through them. Just shoot through the wall. They get the kill. Jid is winning. There we go. Team Pulsar. Finally, a 2nd round win for them.
And Staryu, I mean, gets that first frag with the Sheriff. Can't really get more than that, but does enough to pull the rotates to allow Rena and the rest of Team Pulsar to just break open that A site and finally get a foothold on this half. Get a second round and try to bolster a little bit of an economy here. It's not looking that great, but Odin put in the hands of Jid. Operator now online for CIA. And some big ults on both sides to try to equalize.
And his big ultimates could be precisely what they need to turn it around. Doesn't matter if you're good at aiming. If you gotta use ultimates like Killjoy correctly, then that's all you really need.
Spike down B.
But Clappy, they're getting kills in the middle of nowhere. Picking up 2 already. Bringing them down to a bunch of positions. The Killjoy is able to find someone with their ultimate. But it's just not enough here. Good vibes picking up the kill. May finding the kill. Headshot. Beautiful. Beautiful done.
And Clappy just stuck around for a little bit longer than was expected. Swings wide, clicks 2 heads, gets traded out, sure, but at that point, the round just collapses and you can't really get on site. The entire game plan was based around that Killjoy lockdown, and nothing really came from it. And instantly, as soon as they get around on the board, they're knocked back down to that 1900 credits. And it's a cause for a timeout from the coach. And I understand it, right? They need to get something going here on this attack half. And honestly, I liked the initial game plan to play around the Phoenix Orbs, really try to default, play a little slower, and kind of just play around that, I guess. But we haven't seen that the last few rounds. So you're 1 away here from that run it back, and a perfect opportunity to use it.
You know, I think that's a great, idea, how, making use of those things because you're low on credits. Although personally, if I had 900 credits, I think I would just retire, and sounds like a decent enough money, more than I have at least. So I would be taking that any time of the day. Why spend it on weapons if you can just, spend it on something else?
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, who needs guns?
Yeah, who needs guns? Oh, such an American thing. Anyway,
yeah, it is. I mean, the double Odin buy out of the timeout, spray that A main wall sure is interesting. But it's going to give away a lot of the positions of these defensive players. You have 3 players grouped up towards the middle of the map. Not a single one over towards A. The rotate goes over early, and Reyna gets taken down. The Odin difference coming into effect. And I think it's going to start to get a little cheesy here, Yafa.
perhaps. Starry, though, is able to pick up the kill. Headshot. Grouping them together.
3 HP, you're doing this.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Odin. The Odin's weight is powerful. Best weapon in the game. You can just shoot through anything. We do not have the man who basically got the Odin nerfed in this match.
This is silliness. This is silliness. Jumping around. And look at the position from May. Worked up their way all the way into alley. But still CIA here with the operator. Smoked off, but there's a little gap. It's not going to matter. Timing is not given. And the lurk from May, it doesn't really pay off here. Swinging into the op and gets headshot taken down. Now into a 1v3 off a... This seems like it might just be over.
Yeah, that stable positioning of crouching with the orb allowed them to get the headshot instead of jumping around. It provides a much better platform and accuracy. But May here, last one standing for Team Pulsar, trying to play around the timer, but unfortunately, there's just too many members around. Odin comes in, gets the kill. They're going to be handing off that extra ult orb to their teammate.
Yes, and 7-2 now. The lead is just extended a little bit further. Not going to opt in for that double Odin strat once again, but this is really going to be the round that timeout was called for to try to adjust that game plan. Again, Nightfall online, the Phoenix ult as well, but I mean, the retake capabilities, especially when you have this Armageddon for the other side on good vibes, it can just be so hard to deal with. especially when you're just enlisting CIA to hold down one entire side of the map. You have 3 players over towards B, 1 in alley. It just seems to be working so well. The retakes are just so clean. There's not been an answer.
I don't know. The CIA is a pretty large organization, so I'm sure they'll have no problems holding down the angles. Team Pulsar, they're sitting once again in mid. I feel like I'm repeating myself. They just kind of tend to sit there in a big clump. And good vibes, I guess they know this, but...
Yeah, they're kind of working their way through, but not really. They use both Prowlers early. Now they use their Haunt, and that's their entire infill. They'll have no Initiator util for the Execute outside of the Nightfall. Still a huge tool, but like we were talking about, it's just a retake setup. All CIA is looking for is to get one, get out, and allow the rest of their team to come over. And already those rotates are being called. But look, it's a fake. The entire game plan is to go over towards the B site, pull it with that Phoenix ult. They've absolutely done it. It's worked.
Yeah, but I think Good Vibes have spotted now. They know that this is a fake, but Team Pulsar, they were all the way on the other side of the map, and it's given more than enough time for Good Vibes to really get around and rotate. Sure, Team Pulsar had enough to just about eke out the take here for free. I'm just not sure it's going to be enough. Rena here just really jiggling here around the... You're making use of the Astral Ball to great effect. And it really puts bad, good vibes on the back foot here. But they're just not going to be expecting them to come out and poke. They just don't need to. They don't need to. Nothing. Just don't do anything silly or funny, and you'll win this round. You're in a good position. Please, please.
And
no,
what are we doing? They get the rounds at the cost of a few weapons there, and I think that's all that CIA and Empty Pages were playing for. They understood that with their weapons, they really could only go for exits. And so doing a little bit of damage there actually will put a hindrance on to Team Pulsar. So still, to get themselves around, a great job there. To give themselves a little bit of life. If they can make this a 5-7 half, they'd be pretty happy with that, I would admit. Only 2 away from this lockdown again. But they've really not had an answer for this operator. Decided that one fake, but what's their approach this round? Do they try to go for something similar again? Test their hand at it.
Spamming through this wall here, Empty Pages able to pick up a kill with the Odin. I mean, that's why the Odin can be so powerful as well. You can just sit there, spam, and it's got great penetration as well through the walls, which really allows you to pick up some cheeky little kills like that.
Definitely so in a wall bang. Haunts and May, but it doesn't even matter. The second shot connects as well. And the Haunts, it doesn't even matter. It's just chaos.
It's just gambling every single time. Doesn't matter what abilities you have, what weapons you use. Rena just getting a headshot straight through the wall, penetrating, no matter ignoring the fact that they had an Odin spraying right at their feet. Team Pulsar have got the side, surely, and yet the spike is on the other side here. Taoyu is able to pick up the kill, even though they got a player right behind them. Sneaking around. And it's Good Vibes here, coming around. Probably going to go for the retake once more.
You should run.
Here goes that lockdown, but it's in a very conspicuous spot. They have to try to get something done. The back spotted out, but... No.
Jump!
Look how far away they are.
Well, that's a clip going on Twitter, social media.
What?
They're not even around to be able to contest it. It's just too slow.
Last round in the half.
What just happened?
What just happened?
Like, where? Hello?
Gotta go.
They were
my
sitting there.
God.
You see the back. They go, oh, I'm gonna try and get the kill. Misses. The teammate is on the flank. Tries to go for the kill. They get it, and then they whip out the shorty, and then just like goober stomp the head of the one remaining player on B site. Headshots them in the face with the shorty. Site
And
cleared.
it's the same
1v1.
thing. It's just
Rena's
the
on the other side of the map.
lockdown.
Maybe
Oh
that's all we
my.
need sometimes in this game. It's just a little bit of luck. Who needs skill? Or maybe skill is luck. Who knows? We have entered into another round of chaos here in this series. Team Pulsar, they use a whole bunch of utility there. So the good vibes trying to make use of their abilities to try and prevent them on this rush as everyone is on the B long. I'm not sure good vibes want them to be long on this on this part of the map. Trying their best to kick them out, prevent them from getting onto B site. But you've got someone here who's ready and waiting for them. They're calling them out. They're saying that you're all down here. Oh, double kill by CIA! I know that's not really the name, but they know where the spike is as well. They all just keep them contained within this small area.
And MD Pages wasn't checked on. And so now, Staryu is going to have to make it back. You only have 19 seconds left. And an operator on the other side shot right down Yafa in a 9-3 half here to start us out on Pearl.
It was a series of unfortunate events there for Team Pulsar. Good vibes here. Doing strong. 9-3 already. Not many rounds left in order to get the victory.
A gift.
So swapping over to this attack side, they desperately need to get something going. Especially with... I mean, they won the pistol, were able to carry that momentum through even after losing round number 2 to an unfortunate disconnect. But swapping over to the defense side, it's going to really be on the backs of some of these players, like the Duelist. Get something going here.
Seeing more aggression here from Good Vibes, just like the first pistol round that we saw between these two teams. And yeah, Good Vibes needs to be coming out on top once more, pushing down all the way onto B sides. But May is here to try and stop them. Unfortunately, he's only able to take one down here. Spike goes down. But Team Pulsar here are trying to maneuver around. Unfortunately, one player goes down already, trying to clear out the site. Surely they know where the remaining teams are now. Gets caught off guard. But Good Vibes, they have so much to play for. They have the time as well of the spike in their advantage. And
Clappy.
Just
absolutely
sliding around.
Stick with it. And again here, Yafa, 2 pistol rounds going the way of Good Vibes. And I think that might be all you need to win. You're talking about you don't need guns. And it seems that way. You just need the power of friendship to get you across the line here. And we won't be seeing a force or a purchase at all. I mean, except for some pistols, I suppose. But other than that, it's scraps.
Marshall trying their best with that to try and find some kills. Maybe they're hiding in the common kind of locations that you might see defenders staying, but that is not the case. Tara, you going for a hero play all the way in attacker spawn? Unfortunately, gets caught out, dies for it. Unfortunately, puts them on the back foot already. I'm looking forward to this. You got, snipers all the way down on B long. Sorry, wait, what? A team Pulsar believing that this is going to be an A hit?
I think they might just. I mean, the smokes were committed, but it's not really being bought quite yet. Goes one. So a lot of work to do here.
I guess they did successfully call the bluff. Trying to find the kills, trying to play a hero here. They've got one member left, May. Is able to find one. It's not able to repeat the same kind of crazy funny business that we saw before last game with Hyloglon just getting some nutty kills. Unfortunately, Gun Vibes now up to 11-3.
You're 2 away from closing this one out. And with the purchase of those pistols in the last, look at the armor, man. Half armor across the board, May the only exception. And so that Outlaw in the hands of CIA is going to farm. We'll have to see if they play into it. A little bit of a play to hide from the eye initially and farm up that, run it back. Will be able to be picked up, but Jiggling saw the shoulder. Serena needs to get out of here. Play their life just a little bit. There's 5 players on the other end.
But it all goes down into chaos sooner or later, especially with these two teams. Team Pulsar managing to get the upper hand, getting 2 picks. But they're giving up a lot of space already. Rotating around, leaving just 1 player to anchor. And at Team Pulsar, they're just being patient.
Yeah, and if they can get through this relatively cleanly, as well as not investing that run it back, this would be a huge boost to their eco, as well as just being able to. But I mean, CIA and L9 through the smoke, they equalize the numbers here. 30 seconds left, Yafa. Looks like it's going to end up on the A site. How do they break through?
I mean, they got to find one way to break through or later, but it's not the end for Good Vibes, though, if they do, unfortunately, lose this round. There are a number of rounds ahead, but timer is getting shorter and shorter. Jid posted up here, able to pick up 1 kill, not able to find the other, doesn't choose to go spam through the smoke. What was that? Oh, I thought Jid just went around 360 and just got a 2 headshots straight off the...
That would be... Might have to fact check that PC. Fact check that PC right there.
Fact check that PC right there. Absolutely. But no, it's Staru on the flank, able to pick up the kill with the crossfire, timing it perfectly with their teammate to pick up the kill. Oh, I'm glad we might not have to do any fact checking here. In this tournament on some PCs, but my word, I was I mean, I don't want to make accusations, but
I think you have to sometimes, but this is going to be the round that really it feels like it decides the fate. You have 5 players grouped up over towards mid and into art. Really just trying to deathball through as it did in the last, but this doesn't give you a lot of room to exec through. You have to be worried about a main, and Staryu takes down the only initiator.
Teleport's ready.
So with that being gone, you just have to contact through, and again, Staryu takes down May. We're just walking around these corners, taking these fights individually. This time, Clappy wins it out, but
No more dreams.
it's individual.
Last player standing.
just getting a lot of these individual duels, and Staru is on a roll, getting the 3K, not able to get an ace. I wish. But you are seeing all these team members joining up, able to find and pick up that kill. And Pulsar, they're starting to turn it around. I mean, it was looking like 11-3. I mean, I might have even called it a washout. A blowout even, but...
I thought it was going to kind of turn that way, but a bit of a rough start. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really like the approach that Good Vibes were going for in those last 2 rounds, just bunching up and kind of just meandering around the map. There's still run it back is still in that back pocket for Vienna, farming up some of these orbs again, but down over towards Long, just sending it in with Clappy. This is a solo mission.
And they're going to be electrocuting one of the players. Clappy, they're able to get on, searching for another, trying to find the second. He's able to find it. That's the third. Clappy could be onto an ace here already, I believe. Okay, tell your story. Why'd you take this away from me? Picks up the kill, ends the rampage. Goodbyes. Then once again, though, all clumped up together. Team Pulsar having more map control, more map knowledge, and Jid picking off one more player at a time. But the damage might have already been done. Staryu still trying their best to try and turn this around, to claw back with a little bit of deficit that had been happened from that absolute rampage. Staryu now playing chicken with this spike. Oh, but Empty Pages comes out on top! Staryu does not win, but at least they can have some rest at the idea that Empty Pages were taken out by the spike explosion.
And just that fake as well, again, with each of these teams just investing into a fake, and the defense just buying it, hook, line, and sinker, fully rotating away. And you know, it also helps that Clappy, you know, picks up 3 with the overdrive as well to help sell that. And once those kills go the way of Good Vibes, feels like it's just over at that point. Match game point here, Yafa. 12-5, 7 chances to close this out.
Plenty of chances to close out, and I sure hope that Good Vibes do not have teammates that I have in my ranked matches. I mean, just look at how well they've been playing together. They've been coordinating, and they only got to get this 1 round victory for them to take map. It's going to be putting them in a good position for the playoffs later today and tomorrow. Trying to go for a very close-up shot. They do not realize that they are shoulder-to-shoulder to Rena. Unfortunately, Empty Pages goes down. Oh, sorry, Empty Pages takes Rena down. But shit, with the spray and pray, not quite able to convert it, turn things around with some funny business. They sure tried with this 2
flashbacks. Oh my. Just throw the spike through. 13-5, Yafa, like you said. Good Vibes absolutely coming out and putting out a performance here in round number 2 to get themselves another victory. And their sights are clearly set on playoffs. And my God, I mean, Clappy just absolutely turned up. That Odin to come out, there was just nothing that could be done about it, I felt like. And you can call it cheese, you can call it whatever you want, but at the end of the day, it worked, and it worked wonders.
Yeah, it really did work. Absolutely, beautiful wonders there for them. They were able to make great use of the Odin. They made great use of a lot of their sight lines with their orbs and marshals as well. Really able to just hold down those sight lines, prevent anyone from crossing. And
Yeah,
it wasn't just Clappy as well. You gotta give credit for this. All of the team members of Good Vibes did extremely well in playing their roles and getting the and knowing their win conditions and playing for it.
Yeah, and honestly, it was a bit of a blowout, to be honest, but on the side of Team Pulsar, Staryu really had a standout performance on their own. So I think looking at that going forward to see how some of those anchors go, as well as just maybe getting them in more positions. I'm not sure what the compositions look like on future maps, but maybe something like a chamber can really start to get Staryu activated and online. We'll have to see. if they decide to go that way or what they uh, end up doing. But I mean, good vibes. Really, really a phenomenal start to this round number 2. Yafa, though, I believe we are going to be throwing it to a short break. We can get one more best of one in for the group stages. Again, this is a round robin group stage. We'll be having one more best of one. And then after that, we'll be moving towards the first round of playoffs,